Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to teach you how to play Pitfall, which is a word deduction game. In Pitfall there are two teams, the red team and the blue team, and each team has a guide. So at the start of the game what will happen is Ludio will ask for two volunteers, and two people have to say, yes, I would like to be a guide, and one of those volunteers will randomly be chosen to be the red guide, the other one will become the blue guide. All the other players will get randomly assigned to either the red team or the blue team, and that's how the game starts. So you can see on the left side of my screen, that's the red team. We all have a red outline around our box. I'm the red guide. Everyone can see that I'm the red guide, and Chrome is my teammate. Okay, similarly, bot 1 is the blue guide, and bot 2 is their teammate. Great. Pitfall is played using a grid of 25 words. What you see as the guide is different from what you see as just a teammate. So right now we're looking at the view of the guide. You can see that each of these 25 words is colored in. Each word is either red, meaning it belongs to the red team, or blue, meaning it belongs to the blue team, or beige, meaning it belongs to neither team, or black. This is the Pitfall word, and I'll explain what that is in a second. Okay? The object of the game is the guide has to help their teammates guess all the words that belong to their team before the other team does the same thing. So as the red guide, I have to ensure that my teammates can figure out which of the words in the grid are red before the blue team figures out which of the words in the grid are blue. For context, just so you can see what my teammate sees, I see the correct color of each word, but my teammate sees a grid where every word is in white, right? So the teammate does not know which words belong to which teams, but the guide does. So the game alternates between the red team's turn and the blue team's turn, and red and blue and back and forth until one team gets all of their words. As the guide, I will be giving a one-word clue to my teammates, and this is the nature of the clue. So first of all, it has to be one word, and I'm going to enter it here. The other part of the clue is I have to tell my teammate how many words in the grid does my clue relate to. So, okay, now I'm going to have to come up with a clue on the fly. So I'm just looking at these red words, and I'm trying to figure out what some of them might have in common so that I can give a clue. Okay, I'm not claiming this is a good clue. Okay, so theater group is a thing and club is a type of group. Okay, so I might give a clue of group for 2. Okay, so when my teammate sees this clue, what that means is, hey, out of all these words, there are 2 words that relate to the word group. That's my clue. You have to figure out, based on this one word clue, which words I'm referring to, and you have to guess. Okay, so let's just see this in action. So as the guide, this is my interface. I have the ability to type a clue at the top, and then I have to select how many words that clue pertains to. So I'm going to say group 2. Okay, and once I give my clue as the guide, it's now time for my teammates to guess. So let me pause the game here and just go over here. So in this example, there's only 4 players. So there's only one teammate on each team, but you can play Pitfall with many more players. So I might have multiple teammates. Any teammate can click a word on this grid, and when a word on this grid is clicked, its true color is revealed. Okay, so Chrome might think, okay, what does he mean by group? Well, maybe he means club. That's kind of that's a type of group. So I'm going to guess club, right? So why don't we just go ahead and make that happen? So Chrome is going to guess club, and when Chrome clicks club, it's going to turn red, meaning yes, it's a red word. We got one of our words down. Okay. Now, the red team, whose turn it is, keeps guessing until one of a few things happens. The first is that if you accidentally click on a word that isn't red, Team Red's turn is immediately over, and it's now Team Blue's turn, right? So the second the teammates, the guessers, make a mistake, the turn ends, switches to the other team. Now their guide will give them a clue about the blue words, and then they will guess, right? So that's the first way the turn can end. Second way the turn can end is you run out of time. So you only have 2 minutes to make all the guesses that you want to make. If the time runs out, turn ends, it goes to the blue team. third way it can end. You can exhaust all your guesses. So when I said group 2, I'm saying there's 2 words in the grid related to the word group. In Pitfall, you get an extra guess. You get 1 more guess than this number. Okay? So actually, my team gets 3 guesses, not 2. Even though I'm telling them there's only 2 words in the grid related to the word group, they actually get 3 guesses. Why is there this extra guess that you get on every turn? Is because maybe in the past you didn't get all the words related to a clue and you want to play catch up, right? If you can only guess exactly how many words are specified, then it's harder to play catch up. It's harder to go back and guess words that you should have guessed the first time but didn't. So there's an extra guess. That's why even though I've guessed 1 word, it still says 2 guesses left. Perfect. So far, so good. Final way that your turn can end. So I mentioned there's a word in black here called the pitfall word. This is a word that immediately ends the game. If either team guesses this word, right, if some teammate clicks on this word, the game is over, the other team immediately wins. This is a word that you absolutely do not want to guess. It's a game-ending word, all right? So as the guide, you have to be thinking, okay, I have to give a clue in such a way that we definitely avoid the pitfall word. Cool? Okay. And there's one more way the turn can end, which is when you choose to end your turn. You just choose to stop guessing and hand it over to the other team. So right now we're looking at Chrome's perspective. Let's say that they managed to divine that I meant theater when my clue was group. And now I have 1 guess left, but I don't know which of these other words are red. I'm not going to read too much into this clue. I'm not going to, randomly guess something. So I'm going to end my turn. And as soon as I end my turn, it is now the blue team's turn. The blue guide will give a clue, and then the blue teammates will guess, and back and forth until one team has gotten all of their words. Okay? So, in a nutshell, that's how you play Pitfall. Really, really love this game. The fun of the game comes in trying to interpret what the clue means. 1 word is not a lot of leeway, and I guess I should have clarified. It should be obvious, I guess, but the 1 word clue cannot be a word in the grid. Okay, so you have to choose another word. And yeah, it's just a little bit of insight into how the guide thinks and what they think the connections between the different words are, and you as a teammate, as a guesser, you're trying to parse that. So super fun game, highly recommend it, and we hope you have fun with it. Thanks so much.